Now, pleased to be joining me right now here at Lloyd Comp High School is the athletic director of the Lloydminster Barons, Doug Smith. Doug, thanks again for coming in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now, as we kind of wind up on the year here of 2022, a lot of positives that we can kind of take away from it as a whole. Just obviously restrictions being lifted and whatnot, and having fans kind of come back into athletic events and watching games. But just the athletics department as a whole, when you've wrapped up some of the things that you've seen from some of the teams and the players that have been produced out here, what do you kind of take away from it, and what do you walk away from it kind of as the year kind of winds down here?
Well, it's hard to believe we're already at Christmas time. So we've had a lot of our fall sports wrap up at the high school level, but we have a ton of kids going out, whether it be football, provincial teams, volleyball provincial teams, and they are going out into the wider community, into the province, and competing there. So really, really fortunate. We've been really blessed this year. Our Northwest Regional Girls Volleyball Championship drew the highest number of fans that we've ever had, and the highest number of fans in Saskatchewan for that kind of event. So the engagement, especially from our kids, we're offering not one JV team, but two JV teams. Just number of kids, number of adults that want to be involved. And then when we do have games here, we're filling up the gym with people from Lloydminster, so the support has been awesome.
Another thing I kind of wanted to talk about was an event that kind of happened around Halloween time, Haunted Hoops. That was an event that, from what I understand, was a first-time thing, something that Kiana Bammerman, head coach of the women's basketball team here, kind of really brought forward to the school here, and just something that she kind of wanted to put forward, and just seeing a number of kids kind of come out there, seeing kind of like the progression of basketball out here, especially at this high school, just seeing that, what kind of went through your mind when you've seen that many kids kind of attend the Haunted Hoops, and then also just the number of tryouts, players that were trying out for both teams?
Right, so the Haunted Hoops, wonderful idea by Kiana and Stephanie, and all the coaches here were involved in those days. Grades 4 to 10, I guess, were out, and lots of kids came out. And it kind of shows that progression I see in volleyball, but also basketball. We're offering that, and people are jumping at that opportunity to be involved. And then you'll see it again in the spring when we get club basketball going here. They'll continue on with that. So we also had lots of dual sport athletes. Some of my volleyball players, they went to the basketball camp, and super important to be multi-sport. So really, really well done by that group.
Absolutely. Well, another thing you kind of mentioned about volleyball, football was another kind of success here this year, the team going down to the semis and then also going down to provincials. But also just talking a little bit about volleyball here, obviously you're the head coach for that senior boys team, and just seeing some of the tournament successes that they've had this year, and especially here back in October when they were playing against the Raiders in your guys' Baron Blast tournament. Just when you kind of wind down as the last couple of months into the year here, and seeing some of the success that you've seen from a number of those sports, volleyball included, how exciting was it to kind of see some of those exciting action and matches kind of take place?
Yeah, so it didn't really matter where we ended up. My volleyball team, we didn't make it to provincials, but we were 2 points off of going. But the development of the kids, whether that be your football or golf, very short season. But even that short season with our coaches, the progression that the athletes made, the camaraderie of them coming together. Our football banquet was very well attended. We were in PA for regionals for volleyball. Parents and fans came down to watch. It's a little ways away. It was just really, really good. Our cross country had lots of athletes go on to provincials and come back. It just builds for the next year. So super excited about next year, our spring sports and that, but also into 2023-24.
Absolutely. Well, now that as we kind of shift into the year of 2023, and seeing that progression of athletes, especially here at the comp, kind of develop more and more into successful players, and just not even players, just as human beings, right? Just for you as the athletic director of the school, and just being also the vice principal of the school as well, just how exciting is it to kind of see this progression of athletes kind of develop more and more?
Right. in high school, and then, like I said before, we have lots of kids going on to post-secondary, and to get to see them in their element there and shine, it's rewarding for me, and I'm not a part of it anymore. The perseverance. So here's our rugby. We were just nominated to host provincials in 24. So again, what our kids and coaches do here, and building that culture of excellence and development, and that buy-in from the community, we're able to host huge events here at the comp. So, yeah.
Well, absolutely. Well, Doug, first off, I just want to say again, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me again and talking a little bit about the Baron athletes here in 2022.
Yeah, super proud, super proud.
Absolutely. Doug Smith and the Barons will look to produce more successful athletes as they shift into the year of 2023.